This is YouTube. So be able to. You didn't like the split screen.
Where would my comment section be?
Right here.
I want to make sure, more importantly, I can access what's coming through.
Hey everybody, can you hear me okay?
If we could get them to start commenting on YouTube. If you guys can let me know on YouTube if the volume is all right before we go ahead and get started. Let's see, it looks like.
Hi Tennille.
Okay, good. So you've got quite a handful coming in.
You hear us okay, Roxanne?
Yeah, if you guys could let me know if you can hear all right.
All right. You're getting comments, compliments on your voice.
I exercise it a lot. All right, I do want to make a couple quick announcements while we wait for people to log in here. Paul is doing the Fool's Journey show, taking your questions at 8 p.m. on May 3rd. So mark your calendars for that. He also has a sale coming up May 1st. It'll run all the way to the 15th. And that is a $10 one-card reading. If you just want some insight for your life, you just want to see what he's flipping, or if you have a specific question, you can ask that. He'll give a one-card reading. All of these are going to be done through email. Okay, $10, May 1st through the 15th. We'll be posting some more information on that coming up. And then he has the launch of his monthly horoscopes. Each zodiac sign is going to get a full month tarot reading on what he sees coming up for you. That launches May 1st. So check that out. Your Instagram is okay and you can see?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the only one that I can't see. So.
Yeah, that one I got. Everyone else. Well, he tells it all. Thank you. Very good. So.
All right, very good. Now, you guys can start posting your questions.
Yeah, post your questions and we'll get to them, and it'll be a good time. So my name is Paul, as Ivy mentioned, and this is the Fool's Journey. So what this is about is it's stepping out from your comfort zone, and it's learning something new, and it's learning yourself, and it's being of service. And what this is all about is like my roots here were, I came from not believing in any of this stuff. And then, I met Ivy, and, she opened my eyes to the whole world, really. And so now, I took that step. I took the mediumship course. I've taken tarot courses. And so I'm here to help, to be of service. And, it's to encourage you to do the same. Don't be afraid. Challenge yourself and develop yourself even. So please, ask away on the questions, and we'll get to them. But as I said, I was a trained in mediumship first. So the messages do come from spirit. The tarot cards are just a tool and a representation of their message. It's like a letter represents a sound, so let's have at it.
Very good. I want to say that I'm taking questions from those who are subscribing or sharing the video. So that is the grateful exchange that we're asking for. He'll give you the gift of a reading if you give the gift of sharing. So I want to go first to, you have one coming in here already. Positive for life. on YouTube. What blessings do you see coming up for Kevin and I in love?
Love. Positive for life. This is a good one here. Well, positive. Thank you for asking first. That's a very positive move, and I like the name quite a bit. Kevin. All right. I'm feeling good things already, so that's positive. Positive for life. Okay. Yeah, wow. So first card here of the night too is the World card. So this is the last of the major arcana, and those, if you're not familiar with it, there are 22 of the 78 cards, and those are the big ones. They mean big things. And the last one here is the World, and this is all about the end of a cycle and the beginning of something new. So something big. This is a big change, and like this is kind of we're doing the Fool's Journey. This is where the Fool's Journey ends and then repeats back, you could say, with the Fool. So in the realm of love, this is showing a big change, something big, something good, not like the Tower, which could be something a little shocking, but this is all about growth and taking things to the next level. Be that commitment wise or just like officially, or commitment to each other on a person to person level. It's new growth, and what I'm getting is that this is the start of the new, as it were. That's what they're telling me, the new. So like pretty much anything you see now, what you think would be new, it's like beyond that. It's going to be very great, very grand, and something different. Like it's a whole new world, the new. So things are looking really good. This is an awesome card to have. Positive for life. So you really should be. This was awesome. So you and Kev, congratulations. This is looking really good.
Okay, beautiful. So we have another one here from a Stevie on Facebook. Okay. Been working toward regaining my children. What will happen? Tomorrow is the big day. Okay. Right, Stevie, please be sure to share this video. Thank you.
All right, Stevie, thank you for your question. Tomorrow, huh?
Tomorrow. Positive for Life said, nice to hear. Thank you so much, and many blessings.
So Stevie, while I was grabbing this deck, the first thing, I was getting that song from Annie in my head. The sun will come out tomorrow, and it came in pretty clear. So I do have a very, very good feeling that it is going to be sunshiny, brighter, I'll say. So let's see what else we can get here. You have a really good feeling. Okay, so what we got here is the Four of Cups in reverse. And what this one is telling me is that, they're, instead of worrying about missed opportunities, focus on what you have and don't dwell, right? So this will be like the start, kind of like the last cover, start of something new, but this is like keep moving. Things are going to open up, but don't, only if you aren't thinking in the past, So I think what we're getting is it's going to be, I think the outlook is kind of like, I feel like you're going like this right now on one thing, but it's going to kind of go like this. So it's still going in a good direction, but it's a little different than what you saw. And you know, the message here is to not focus on that path that didn't happen. It's to focus on the future that is coming. They're still headed in the same direction, and that's the important thing. You know, if you were to take two pathways through the woods and they both go to the same destination, but you know, one is a little different and unexpected, but it heads to the same place in the same direction, it's okay. Don't worry what you're missing on the other path. Just know that the path you're on is good and going forward, and you know, take each bit of information that comes in and assess from there, and don't have like an overall plan, and if something doesn't go that way, it's ruined. Reassess at each step and look at it that way. But I do feel that everything's moving forward. It's just that it may challenge your perception a little bit. So keep that in mind, and you know, don't take any misstep as a loss. Take it as just a new way to go down a different path.
Okay, beautiful. This is not allowing me to comment anymore. Somehow I got bumped, so I'm going to have to say out loud what I'm trying to say to the audience here. Paul Clinton, I cannot understand your question. Something about what is going to cut the deck. I'm not sure what he's referring to, so you'll have to restate it. Let's see. We also have from Tennille. Now we're going back to Facebook here on this one. Do I have an ex spying on me? Is this person coming back?
That's an interesting question. Okay, Tennille.
Stevie says thank you so much.
Very welcome, Stevie. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for asking. Okay. Tennille spying on me. All right. So, Tennille. Okay. So what we have here is the Seven of Wands, which does show conflict. And I do feel that it's defensive. So I think that you should definitely keep your guard up. I'm not 100% sure that someone's spying on you, but I don't see it being out of the realm of things. I would say that this is telling me more be on the defense. So don't do things that would bring that on. You know, some people would start posting a lot on Facebook and kind of drawing in everyone looking at them, and then say they don't want them spying on them, you know, so something like that. So I'd say watch what you do, be defensive, and, you know, problems like that won't arise. And but I don't see it really happening now. But it's something that could happen if things, you know, were to kind of, if someone were baited into it, they will take the bait. But then at that point, they're not spying on you as much as you're, you know, showing it off, I guess. So just be very careful about how you're presenting, and I don't think it'll be an issue.
Okay, very good. We did get an update here from Paul.
Good, Pepe.
Your other Paul Pepe, he just wants whatever message you're getting from the cards.
Good. Thank you for tuning in, Pepe. It's an old friend. I'll give him the old deck.
Old friend? Yeah, technically he said, read me.
Read me, yes. Yeah.
Polly's Unite.
Polly's Unite, yeah. Weymouth boy.
Okay, he said, read me and Katie are watching.
Awesome. Thank you, Pepe. All right. One card for Pepe. Pepe, you should subscribe on YouTube, too. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
Just saying. Pepe, we have the Nine of Wands here in reverse, and feeling I'm getting from this one is it's kind of like the last message a little bit, but kind of just keep your boundaries up. This I don't feel is anything like anybody peering or anything, but there is some sort of I feel like a distrust could arise. Through I don't know. I do kind of feel like a sort of work related issue. So someone there, I don't want to necessarily say it is like, going behind your back or anything, but there is something kind of not in your face. So it's just to really reinforce how much you give people, how much information, how much help. I think that outside of this current time where it's really allowing people to get closer with teamwork and things like that, there are people that are going to take advantage or use this to take advantage and, kind of learn from people and then steal it. Not that they don't do that anyway, but I feel like this is going to make it easier, or it's going to pull out different weirdos from the woodwork. So this is to just make sure you're keeping your information with who you're trusting, and boundaries, keep yours, and respect other people's too. So that's it. I would say, just keep your eye out. Really, doesn't seem too close, to be honest. It's I'm feeling 3 to 4 months out ish. The situation may hit ahead, but you have a 3 to 4 month jump on it. So keep them peeled. Thank you, Pepe.
Very good. So we have a Jeff Lang is going to be next. Okay, he says, he said, I need to be read, and then he said more specifically, an outlook on the new baby that's due in June.
Oh, congrats, Langa.
Congrats. You also have an Ashley Wood saying, hello, cousin.
Oh, yes, very nice. Hi, Ashley.
And Ed Moore.
Eddie Moore.
Saying hi.
Ed, sorry I missed your birthday yesterday.
And Tennille,
2 days ago.
Tennille said, thank you. That gives her some relief hearing your answer.
Lang is another fellow Weymouth boy.
Love it.
Yeah. You can tell you tales about my football exploits.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There weren't many.
The days of tights.
Yeah, they still go on.
What do you know?
Now I buy them at Tops. So
CVS.
It's CVS. Okay, Langer. New baby. Okay, so not to be alarmed, this is the Death card in reverse. So that is all about change, and kind of resistance too. So I don't feel that happening on your end so much as your first child. I think it's going to take him some getting used to, and I think there are going to be points when he loves it, and points when it is. He's vying for attention. So this card here is really for him, but a warning for you too to, play it fair. Let him know that, he's now sharing the time, but to, embrace his role as big brother. So I think that it's you guys are going to have, more going on now, obviously, but I feel this one's for him, and that he's going to need a little more attention, and just make sure you give it to him, and it's going to be awesome. And again, Langa, congratulations! This is great news. Thank you so much.
Oh, congratulations. Okay, so we have another one coming through from Kim. She said she would like to hear a message from her deceased father, Michael, anything he has to say. And Paul said, thank you for your message. You nailed it. He knows exactly who you're referring to.
Okay. And I do have one on Instagram.
Okay, why don't you take that first?
Okay. So Instagram, we have Polly369. She says, does Spirit see anything in my future with regards to public speaking? This is a public speaking deck right here. How are you? Thanks for tuning in, Polly. And you're very welcome, Pepe. Thank you for asking and tuning in, you and Katie. Glad your Nintendo's up and running. Okay. Public speaking, public speaking, public speaking. Okay, Polly. I am getting some hesitancy on that, but we'll see where. Okay, so it's one of my favorites. This is the Five of Cups in reverse. And so this is kind of like a coming back to something, you know, where it's like a realization, I feel. Whereas in the front side, it's like, oh, you know, you're pining over something lost instead of what you have. This, I feel, is returning to that understanding. And as far as public speaking goes, I think this is something that's coming regardless of whether you want it or not. And you may not want it, and that's kind of why this is coming up, because you're starting to realize that it's unavoidable, but it's time to embrace it. Embrace something that's there, and embrace what is probably going to be more of your time, more of your life. It was something that was probably in the back, but is now at the front, and you're going to have to focus on that. And you know, and I'm also hearing practice. So whether you can do that well, you can't do it in crowds now, but you know, if you do through Zoom or something, but they're saying to get in some work doing it, so that when things start to hit and develop, you're more prepared for it, and it's not as much of a challenge. You know, nobody likes public speaking, or some people probably do, but I don't know who they are. I'm certainly not one of them. So I do see this coming, and any hesitancy you may have for it, you should start working on that now to get that in the past, and to use your talents and embrace them, because it does seem like a pretty natural fit, I think, once you get into it. You know, it's just everything's got that little hurdle, so to speak. So I do feel something coming, and go for it and practice.
Beautiful. Okay, you got a thank you, buddy, from Jeff. That made him happy.
Good.
And I want to go back. Weren't we just going to do Kim?
Yes.
Okay, she says her father is not actually deceased. She's asking about the situation.
His situation, his name's Michael?
Correct.
Okay.
And Paul said, crushing it. Tough times, but making it.
Good, good. You're welcome, Polly. Both Pollys, Paul Pepe and Polly on Instagram. It's all happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my name, too. Okay. Michael. Situation, huh? Okay. Okay, so what we have here, this is the 10 of Swords. I'm going to say not the greatest card, but there aren't bad cards, only opportunities. So this one is really, it's a lot of extra people, or like extra, it's looking, I would say look out, have him look out for possible, I don't even say treachery, but there are things going the wrong way that he's not expecting. There is a certain backstabbing element to this card, but if it's known, it's not as bad. You know, you have to kind of prevent, I think. And this is what I'm feeling, is that the situation, obviously I don't know what it is, but to start to look at the players involved, be they people or just pieces, and look at the ones that you don't want in there, or he doesn't want in there, and eliminate them, because nothing has to pass. You know, like in this sense here, like it doesn't have to go exactly as planned. You know, he has the ability to look at things a certain way, because the way when I pull these, I feel that that's just a snapshot of right now, so that if there's something bad, you can avoid it, you know, or if there's, I like to say they're also on a pivot, you know, so you can turn them to get to the way you want them to be. So as of right now, this is a situation, but, you know, as long as you know how to get certain things out of the way, certain, you know, if they're people or pieces, like I said, that you don't want in there, that your dad doesn't want in there, start removing things, start removing obstacles. And then that really kind of takes this away. And it's not this awful card. This one in particular, interesting, because Ivy's message today was about a bull, and this has a bull on it. So this is to me saying, don't be the bull, don't charge right through things, or else you end up with all these swords in you. This is like, slow down and move the pieces out of the way so that this doesn't happen. And that, I guess the long way around it is, you know, to have your dad slow down and remove the obstacles from his path. Don't just charge through things. Analyze and then move forward. And much like one of the messages before, at each step, kind of reanalyze. And I think that should help a bit with things.
Beautiful. All right, very good. We want to get to another one here on Facebook. And then I think after that, you need to go to YouTube and maybe check your Instagram again. Okay, but right now we have Kiana on Facebook wanting to know if her deceased grandmother has any type of a message for her.
The name?
We did not get a name.
Okay.
But she's here. So it's...
Yeah, okay.
No problem.
I feel like the first thing she said was thank you. Like,
she's very sweet.
Very,
she's
yeah, she's
lively.
Yeah, and,
spunky.
Spunky, smiley, very happy, very grateful. It's good energy.
She's got good hair too. She just wants to mention that. She looks cute. Oh, Barbara, she said.
Barbara.
Yeah, that just came through.
And that's so normally, well, last week, all the ancestors were having me use that deck. She pointed this flashy
one out. Different.
Yeah, I liked it. Like the eye on the front, she's like that one. Mm-hmm. Okay, Barbara. Just any messages for Kiana? Is that what you wanted?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Kim said, thank you so much.
Welcome, Kim. Okay. Princess. So this we have here is the Princess of Wands. So this would correlate to the Page of Wands in the traditional decks. This is a very female-forward deck. It's called Mystic Mondays. It's very fun, great art, and I like it a lot. But this one is really strong, really good. This is she wanted you to have this one because it's showing it's new ideas. It's that you should take your ideas and run with them. Saying that, don't be stifled any longer. Like your ideas and your passions are important, and to just move with them. And anything that sprouts, let it grow. Just like kind of stop, like kind of covering up like a flower. Don't cover it up. Let it grow. So these are your ideas, and this is anything that you want to do, anything new that you want to explore. She's saying you should. It's perfect timing for it, and just really get out there and enjoy it because there's a lot growing that you don't know about yet. That once you pull the cover off, really, it's like you're going to see all this growth, and it's just you're going to be astounded and so happy to have it and that it's seeing the light and let it out there. So she really, really, really loves you and really happy for you and wants you to just let all of it blossom. So be yourself and do what you want to do. Yeah, she's fun.
She's a good partner to have.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Thank you, Barbara.
Okay, well, thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Kiana. We're going to move on to, I'm going to set you up here on YouTube with Roxanne.
Okay.
Who wants to know if you have a message for her dad, Robert. Okay, who's living?
Okay.
From his deceased mom, Frances.
Okay.
Kiana said, thank you so much. 2 hearts. Heather said, I'm loving the cards.
You're very welcome. All right. What's that, 7? Okay, so Frances wanted me to use the cat deck. She said because it's softer and more fun, and the first message was, tell him to keep his head up. And what she gave is the 7 of Pentacles, and so this one is all about making sure that you're getting out of things what you put in, and it's kind of checking the worth of things with each step. So I get the feeling that it's like kind of looking over lists or details of things. Like I get like a notebook or like a pad of paper, like condo listing or something. Like something like that where it's like, look it over and make sure that, I feel like it's like a move or something, but to make sure that if you did move to this place, or if he were to move to this place, it's giving all the amenities that he would need or worth the money, something like that. But it's very much saying to look in and make sure he's going to get what he deserves. And also some encouragement too. Like I said, when I was shuffling, she said, keep your head up. And I think that once it's, he discovers that things are on the level, like that this is evening out and he is getting what it's worth in whatever situation this is, it's going to help. And I think that to just really, again, like this has come up a lot tonight, is just to slowly look at things, to examine them, and choose wisely, but to keep you, more importantly, keep your head up, and him to keep his head up. But she did want the cat cuts because they're soft, and she said soft like him. in a good way. And she's very, very loving, and I'm happy she's here. So thank you, Roxanne. Thank you, Francis.
All right, thank you, Francis and Roxanne. Let's move on to, and I want to say Paul says he can't wait for the movie reviews in October to come out.
Yeah.
We're getting closer. All right, we have one from Joe Firmino
Okay.
on YouTube. What do you see for my professional career or my finances coming up?
Well, thanks for tuning in and subscribing. I appreciate that.
Roxanne said, thank you, Paul.
You're welcome. Okay, Joao. You got it. Well, first, Joao, Spirit told me to pick this deck, this flashy, fun deck. So I do take that as a sign that, like I said, this one is a little bit more, to me, I read it as it's up, this is a fun deck for me. So I'm getting a good feeling about that. And, but we'll see what happens, what we get. Regardless. Ooh, something popped out. Seven of Swords. Okay. So we'll keep that in mind when we get there. All right. So another sword. So this is it's a Princess of Swords, which, in this deck is like the Page. So the Page of Swords is in reverse. So it's tough when you get a court card in reverse. They're often kind of a negative trait. So with this one, what I'm getting is that there is a little bit of impulsiveness, and while it's kind of stifling a little bit of new action. So this would tell me that there's something I feel holding you back from getting to where you need to be. And it's funny because the card that jumped out was the Seven of Swords, and that is a card about deceit. So I wouldn't be surprised if the reason that things are kind of turning this way is that someone's behind the scenes putting blocks in the way. Maybe not necessarily just to block you, but to move them up. And I feel that other people are getting kind of blocked as well in this situation. But the main concern here is that with this, I feel that anything that is tripping you up or that doesn't feel right, don't let it get to you. Because the things that are going, they're weighing on you a lot. And so moving forward with, in your career or finances, these all depend on your positivity. So if something is making you think badly, you're not going to get where you need to go. So you have to release these things and just look at your positive traits and keep moving forward. And as I said earlier, you can turn all these cards around because they're just a snapshot of when I pulled them. So to me, this is taking what you want and doing it by getting rid of the things you don't want, like anything that you feel is a bad character trait or something that's upsetting you. It's not really you. You don't have to dwell on that. Anything you can just ditch it and focus on your good things. And every time you focus on the good things, more good things happen. It's positive manifestation, law of attraction, things like that. So each day, when you get up, look at the good things and focus on the good things and move. And then this will help you out in business. This will help out your finances. This will help you out everywhere. So don't let things that are out of your control get you down, because there are going to be scheming people all over the place. You can only work on the things you can do, and I highly recommend you focus on the things you like and are good at.
Free will is a beautiful thing.
Free will is a beautiful thing.
You got to detox before you can bring in more. Yep.
That's right.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. We have one on Facebook. Do we have Instagram? We go on there next. Okay, so we have Melissa on Facebook, hoping to hear from Susan, her mother. Anything, any message would be good.
That's funny. Susan. She asked for the deck I didn't have out.
Interesting.
Yeah,
where is it?
I put it under the table.
She's digging
it's
around
the Alice
for
deck.
those.
Yeah, she's like, give me the Alice deck. So I don't know if your mom loved Alice in Wonderland or what, but she asked for this one. So
I don't blame her.
Yeah. It is a fun deck.
It is. It's awesome.
It is.
We have your brother Adam tuning in here, and hi, my nephew from Marianne Wood.
Yes, hi, Annie Marianne. I was the ring bearer in her wedding.
Oh, cute.
Even cuter now. All right, Susan.
It's all leading up to this.
Mm-hmm. All right. Wasted Pentacles. Okay. What we have here is it Melissa?
It is Melissa on Facebook.
Okay,
Yes.
Melissa. So your mom gave me the King of Oysters in reverse, which is like the King of Pentacles in a traditional deck. So what this, so Pentacles are generally about money and kind of earthly, like possessions, I feel like. And the King is the peak of that. That is, being very fiscally sound. In the reverse, though, it does have kind of the negative connotations are kind of like controlling, demanding, and maybe not being as good with money. So I feel that this is, she's saying that it's really just a warning to be on the lookout for your emotions. Don't let them get the better of you. She says that that's not you, but there are going to be trying situations, and to keep yourself in check. So this is not you. This is what she doesn't want you to be. And with that, she's saying 2 to 3 feels like weeks. This could be, when this is going to be testing you. So keep your eye out, and she's saying breathing, yell into a pillow if you need to, but keep them under control. Keep your emotions under control, and don't turn them on people. She says that you're better than that. So keep being you, and she loves you, and keep an eye out.
Very good.
The Alice deck. Now she told me I can put it away. Okay, all right.
It's a very specific kind of a deck.
It is.
Kind of confusing too. I'm surprised you've got all these different ones.
I wasn't going to bring it out, but
you got it. You know what it is.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't look anything like a normal deck.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have here from, let me see, also a Jill Adams Nuckman. Hi, Polly.
Oh, that's Cousin Jill.
Cousin Jill.
Hi, Jilly.
And we have on YouTube, we're going over here next. Okay, so from a Doreen.
Okay.
What do you see with my husband Michael's job coming up?
Okay. Okay, so what we have here is the Six of Cups, and in a job situation, this is an interesting read. This is, this card's all about warmth, nostalgia, and giving. This actually, I think, came up in my flip today, and I was talking about giving out love and things like that. And what I feel for well, the message I'm getting really is that it's like to give like what he has, like a knowledge and stuff. And I feel that they also told me while I was shuffling is peanuts. Don't work for peanuts. So I think that there is something coming. It feels like there is like a new opportunity to kind of, I almost feel like training and giving out, and like I said, don't do it for peanuts. Like they may try to not pay him for doing extra work, which stinks. But I'm feeling opportunities here, and definitely for him to be able to pass on his knowledge to others. And I feel he should take it, unless they're not going to pay him for it. Then I think he should tell them to cram it with walnuts. But definitely there are going to be opportunities. It's just that he has to, play his cards right, and don't get run over. Don't work for peanuts. So keep his eye out for opportunities. And again, I feel definitely like training and passing this on. Giving away the benefit of his knowledge to people, and so that they can grow. I think is a lot. Is he's really here to help people grow in that company.
Good, very good. Okay, let's move on to, you got a thank you from Melissa. She said thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
And we're going to, Roxanne said, I love how you're all decked out. And
Decks for days.
We have a Heather. I don't know what I'm choking on, the air here. We have a Heather on Facebook. Wants to know if you can please get a message from her grandmother, Marie. She may have some issue there. Again, thank you everyone for liking, sharing, subscribing. I'm taking questions from those who have subscribed or are sharing this video tonight. Publicly, yes. Please, on your feed.
Thank you.
Doreen said, thank you, Paul.
Very welcome, Doreen. Okay. All right. So this one is another good one. What she pulled for me is the Son of Wands. And this, like, what do we have? The Princess of Wands. This is like the Page of Wands. And this is, again, this is passions, and this is creativity, and this is, she's saying is to look out for it. That there should be soon 4 to 6 months out, saying that you'll have new opportunities coming in that might surprise you. But they're going to challenge you, but really make you grow. And she said that it's not anything you're expecting, but you should take it. Because what's on the other side is it's far better than you could have dreamed. So seeing the opportunities coming up, what is it, 4 to 6 months or so? And this is, the start of something new, something good, something big. but unexpected. So keep your eye on, she's showing me like this, like very open, like huge peripheral on this. Keep them open. Look everywhere. Like don't chase. Just keep them open. This is coming to you, but it's going to be new and it's going to be big and it's going to be great. And don't pass it up.
Excellent. All right, we have another one coming through. If nothing on Instagram, we're going to go ahead and go on to, we have Ashley on Facebook asking, are there any job opportunities or direction you can give me on career path coming up?
Coming up. Yeah. All right. Okay, so get the Knight of Wands in reverse here. And so Knights are about movement and doing things and kind of following, like in the Wands, it would be following your passions. But in the reverse here, it is a little bit slowed. And what I feel that this is really saying is don't be hasty. Don't follow an opportunity just because it's there. I'm hearing that there's going to be plenty of opportunities, and plenty was stressed. So don't do it just to do it, is what they're saying. So that I feel is very good advice. That certain times, like especially nowadays, where it's really crazy and people are very unsure, you're going to be more apt to snap up something just because it comes up, and that is not always beneficial. And that's what they're saying with this is to don't be hasty. Don't take just to have. Take because you want it, and that it suits you, that it fits you, that it's going to develop you. Because this is a great point in time, the saying to just kind of advance, to go, to move up and out, and if you take kind of anything that comes along, it's going to keep you even. So look for something that you want. Don't panic. It's a very, very easy thing to do these days, but don't, keep your head about you. Something's coming, and that's the beauty. If you think about that every day and you know that something you want is coming and you focus on that something's coming, and don't mistake the first thing that comes for the thing that is coming, because then it won't, or it'll come and you missed it because you're tied up in something else. So don't settle, don't be hasty. Take what you're deserving of.
I just want to do a little plug. A lot of people asking about work and not sure of their direction. We have a free mini class coming up tomorrow at 8 p.m. on my YouTube channel about your life contract. So understanding what you actually came to Earth to do, not just taking random jobs in between. Okay, so check that out. I want to say that Heather Hopkins said, thank you so much, Paul. That was awesome.
Very welcome.
And we have a Heather P on YouTube saying, I'm loving watching this deck selection. It's so interesting. I want to do real quick, just a couple things that you guys may have missed me talking about in the beginning. Paul's next Fool's Journey show, taking your questions, is going to be at 8 p.m. on Sunday, May 3rd. He also has a sale coming up from May 1st to May 15th for $10. He will do through an email video, taking either a question or giving you a one-card reading. and he is launching his monthly horoscopes for each zodiac sign, a tarot flip for the month for each sign starting May 1st up here on YouTube exclusively, so check that out. Ashley Wood also said thank you so much.
You're very welcome, Ashley.
All right, very good. And we have another one here. How many? Can you keep going?
Yeah.
Okay. We have another one here from Heather P. on YouTube. She wants to know if you can get a message from her mother, Lynn. Her mother's chatty too.
The cat deck.
Hmm.
It's very warm though. Like it just. The lady on the depression cooking lady, I get like that kind of warmth from her.
Yeah, like not pushy with what she has to say, but has plenty to say.
Yeah.
She's delightful.
We'll see. She does like instructing me on shuffling. Finds that fun. Unless I'm here for you. Here for you, Lynn. Okay, so as mentioned earlier, here is the Tower. Now the Tower, this is in reverse. The Tower signifies a change happening that is fairly shocking, and it's happening regardless. So the Tower in reverse is saying that this is not so bad to accept it, accept change, and to not get hung up on what was. So she's telling me to liken it to. She said the tower falling, so it's like you can't go back up a tower that's not there, and that's true. So it's really, what do you do with it? Do you take the blocks that were there and build something new, or do you just go to the tower down the street? But she's saying that you can't sit there and stand there and stare at the rubble. So changes come, and to move forward. That's all that you have to do, is to just focus on what's the road ahead, and the road away from the fallen tower. Feeling it's like she's saying that it really this moment hasn't happened yet, but she wants you to be prepared, because this is good advice all the time. That's what she's saying, and she's right. But to be prepared for towards the end of the year, close to the end of the year, things are going to be shifting and changing, and to get rid of the things that aren't serving you, like a broken down tower, to just keep moving forward, and don't let it trip you up at all. Again, like I said, she said towards the end of the year, but just to start kind of freeing yourself now from things that could quite possibly, make this not even a full-on collapse of this tower, but it's going to be a change regardless, and to just be prepared for it.
Which really feels like a good thing.
Yeah.
Again, I see a theme with a lot of people here tonight that we have to clean out the old to have the new, and the new is often so much better than what we had. But it's sometimes hard to let go of stuff we invested in, but that's the life process.
Yeah.
Those who hold on too tight end up with nothing. Okay, awesome. So thank you to Mom Lynn and Heather P for that question.
Thank you, Lynn.
Okay, we do have a Sean Batrika. Hey, buddy.
Sean, what's up, buddy? How are you? Sean used to play D&D with me.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
And Heather P said, wow, thank you, both of you.
You're welcome, Heather.
For that message. Absolutely. And then we have one coming through from Facebook.
Okay.
This is Anne Hernquist. She
Okay.
wants to know, can you just give me a flip any messages that the cards want
Okay.
to say?
Thanks for tuning in, Ann. Appreciate it. Okay. So what we have is the King of Swords in reverse. And I said earlier, sometimes these are, I feel that they're not always traits as much as warnings to avoid certain behaviors. Especially in a situation like this where it's just one card and it's not, in the middle of something. It's how do you read it? And what this saying is this is be mindful, like, of your own energy and what you're doing. So the King of Swords is, the peak of the game, and as far as swords go, and swords are actions and like decisions and action oriented. Like he can do it. He's the guy that gets it done. But in the reverse, it feels like there is a little bit of scattering and kind of a lording over people or things. And what I'm getting with this is to kind of look out for that when you feel like it's kind of, I feel there's a lot of fed up energy in this. And it's like, it can run away. It can kind of build and spill over. But to be mindful of that, and so that you don't lose your temper. So don't, blow your top is what they're saying. I'm saying like a wicked cartoony, like Tom and Jerry steam thing. And it's keeping it under control at all times. And I mentioned yelling into a pillow to someone earlier. And if that's what it takes, the saying do that too, do anything. But to keep it in check and be mindful, because lots of people are feeling this way and lots of people want to erupt. And it's like a chain reaction. So if someone goes and erupts, the next person will erupt, and then it's going to go onto someone who is undeserving of it. It's like this whole effect. So to just really be mindful of what your triggers are, what's irritating you, what could cause you to kind of explode, and avoid them. So I'm feeling this is a very good warning to just avoid things that you don't need upsetting you. A lot of people tend to keep them around for some reason because they're either convenient part of their life and they irritate them still. But just avoid things and get rid of them if you can. Get them out of your life. And if you can't, find a way to.
Boundaries.
Boundaries. Yes. So keep your eye out and don't erupt.
Wee.
Yeah.
All right. It's funny too, a little theme on people being agitated tonight. I've never seen it come up in readings so much. Could it be the quarantine?
I know, right?
Could it be the extra stress and pressure? Oy, oy, oy. Absolutely. All right, so let's move on. Did you say Jill Nuckman was your cousin?
She is.
All right,
Jilly.
your cousin Jilly here. On Facebook, when am I going to meet my person?
That's a good question.
We may also want to look at some characteristics or something,
Yeah.
like what will this person look like?
Okay.
Be like, I don't know.
Jilly, you got this deck. This one's very fun.
Anne said so spot on. Thank you.
Oh,
Paul.
good. Thank you, Ann. Okay. It's funny, I haven't, Jill's old dog, Tara, when we were growing up. I haven't thought of Tara in a million years, and now it's like,
Cheers, Tara.
yeah, I can't stop thinking about her. So I think this one's coming from Tara. Okay, Jilly. All right, so we have the Six of Swords here. And so this one really is, it's moving forward and leaving things behind you. And I think that's the big issue here, is that there is some weight that is holding you back, and that it needs to be, you kind of have to make peace with it and put it into the past and to move forward. What I do like about this one, though, is that this one is motion. This one is moving. It's not a stagnant card saying that you need to. It's really, you need to keep going with it. So to continue the process of putting things in the past, that should remain in the past. And so as for when, I think that's part of the thing, is that for a lot of the forward motion to happen, or to continue to progress, you won't really have that answer until you can kind of, I would say, cut cords with anything that is holding you back. Anything from the past lovers, past people, past situations that may be holding your energy where it is. Like, I feel like you're kind of moving, and it's like, I do get like a bungee. It's you move 2 steps forward, but you get pulled 2 steps back. Something's holding you there. So you are trying, and there is the motion, but it's not there. And what it needs, you need to kind of cut those, and so that you can move ahead. So until I can't really get you a when without that happening, but I do feel that I'm getting a 17, which is weird. I usually don't get months like that, so someone's messing with me. So we're looking, say, 17 months from now, I think. It's weird to say, what's that, a year and 5 months?
Yeah.
So just a little year and a half from now, it does seem like there will be. I get like a fun, like, I'm getting a very 80s looking dude, but like, I don't think he's an 80s looking dude. I think that was like, I think that's the things he likes. You're gonna connect with things that remind you guys of youth and nostalgia. That's probably about a year and a half out, because there's some things that have to be done first, personally, and keep your eye out for I don't know, like someone that you're gonna laugh about the Karate Kid with, or something, or St. Elmo's Fire.
I was gonna say, this is the boombox.
yeah, say anything. So, but it does seem like, and this may even be someone from that you went to junior high with. That wouldn't even surprise me. Which is funny, if we're talking about getting rid of things from the past. It could be a way for that to surface, and but keep your eye out. And again, like a year and a half, Jill, just keep, because like I said, there is motion here. So keep doing what you're doing, but do it definitively.
Cord cutting.
Yeah. So instead of like getting rid of and forgiving, sorta someone, and then like thinking about them again, make it permanent. Just paddle away from that shore.
Because that is destiny charted. Interesting.
Thank you, Julie.
All right. And for anyone listening who has issues thinking too much or being energetically pulled backward, relationships, boundaries, and cord cutting class, clear it on out. Bring the next person in. Let's see. You have one, because I am going to let you off the hook now. You've done a full show.
Yay.
We had our last question that I decided to take was Tennille on Facebook had asked, in addition to her other question, she wants to start taking classes at the Ivy League Psychic Academy. Where do you see the financing coming from for the Psychic Mediumship course? Which is about 2 semesters long, so that's a real question.
Yeah, it's a real question. And the next one starts in October for anyone interested. It's a wicked awesome course. It trained me to be the stunning fellow I am.
Phenomenon that you are now.
Yes. That and pizza. So Tennille wants to know where the financing is coming from. Okay. Again, that class is life-changing. We have a little video up where I say my piece about it. It's on Ivy's channel, but I can't speak highly enough about the class, about the school in general. Okay, so we have here is the 3 of Swords in reverse, and this is really, you know, where's the money coming from? And this, I feel, is to leave behind things that you don't need. Like, I feel like, you know, again, that's kind of the theme that's been going on here. But to take the steps forward that you should and not get stuck in, you know, a mold that doesn't fit. Like, if this is how things have been going and going and going, and it's not getting you where you want to be, then don't do it. Move out of that mold. You know, it's because it's like, you know, as you can see, it's the swords going through a hat, so it's like a breakup card. And on the reverse, it's getting through this. You know, getting through this heartbreak. So as far as a work or money situation, I feel it's getting beyond past situations that are kind of holding you down, you know? You know, when they say, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if it's broken, fix it. So I think that that's the message, is to stop anything that isn't getting you somewhere. Don't make it something you're putting your money into, or, like, if it's a job, leave it. If you hate it, you know, do something else. Or if you haven't been working, it's to work. You know, it's switching up your mold, breaking the mold, switching up your routine, and making something that works for you work for you. You know, don't let your meatloaf, you know.
Don't let your meatloaf.
Yeah, except meatloaf, because it's delicious, but don't stay stuck. Is really the main push here, is keep moving, keep stepping out. Like, don't let things catch you. If you want to go outside of the box, step outside of the box. And if the box follows you, keep moving. You know, it's all progress once you get out of it. So just keep walking. You know, keep moving, keep progressing. And I think that you have to move on from things that aren't helping. And that's kind of been the theme tonight too, you know, leaving those things behind. But I think that once you do, it's gonna, you know, money will start to come, because you're gonna feel better about yourself, so more money's gonna come to you. You know, you're gonna earn yourself, and so you'll earn money. Yeah.
I think that a lot of people don't identify what it is that they need to let go of. Mm-hmm. I think that it's not just work. It's not just one thing. It's so many things that you've been told, shown, you know, in your gut, you have to release this thing. And the universe is very picky. When we don't do that, it stagnates our energy. We can't have anything new until we do what we were already told to do. That's everybody. That's all the time.
And it's like you had brought up in countless videos and things. It's like how the relationships in your life are the basis of everything. And, you know, if you have something going wrong with your spouse, it's going to affect your work life.
Every
it's
other area
everything.
Of prosperity.
So like Ivy just said, this may not, you know, while we're talking about money, it's not necessarily a money thing. It could be something that you wouldn't even expect would be affecting how your money's coming in, but it is because it's affecting your energy, and it's you got to re-examine everything. You know, a lot of things too. People think aren't affecting them, but they wickedly are.
Well, this is why we have a work guide. Our work and money guide is there for us to consult on a daily basis to make sure that we're up to speed. If your money doesn't look right, talk to your work and money guide. You know, these are things that we're just not utilizing enough, and this is where all the answers are, but it's a day-to-day evaluation.
And if anyone doesn't know how to meet your guides,
nice plug.
That's right. Tuesday we have Meet Your Guides.
Yep.
So we'll be doing that live on Zoom, but it's always available through video download. So it's ivyleaguepsychicacademy.com. You should check it out. It's a wicked awesome class.
That's life-changing.
It's life-changing. Once you start meeting them and you talk to them every day, like...
Well, and your guides. Who are your guides? You know, you have a spiritual development guide. You have your joy guide. This one is keeping you stable. Mm-hmm. And then you have your relationship guide. Oversees all of your relationships. And then you have your work and money guide. This is your career. This is your paycheck. This is also your life contract. Mm-hmm. What did you come to Earth to do? And then a protector guide, Kashik, who holds on to your past life information, helps you apply that. It's really just those. Yeah. But that's one heck of a team.
Yeah, they do. They got you covered. They got you back, Jack.
They sure do, but you have to talk to them.
Right.
Jill, your cousin there, said, thank you, Polly. She enjoyed
Very welcome, Jill.
Very good. And then we had a couple more coming in, but I cut him off.
Cut off.
I said he's done. He has done a great job. So thank you, Paul.
Yes, thank you, everyone, for tuning in and subscribing and liking. And to reiterate what Ivy said at the end of the week, May 1st, I'll be running a sale, $10. It's a one-card reading. We'll do that through email, a little video. You get to hear my rad voice and get your question answered or whatever it is you ask or want. And then also starting on the 1st, I'll be putting up my monthly astrology sign tarot reads. So, you know, Geminis, you'll have your spread. The rest of you is all the things.
The rest of you, we don't care about. He's a Gemini. It's his only concern.
It's my best.
And your next show, is...
It's Sunday, May 3rd, 8 p.m. We will be doing another round on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, but that will be it. So if you enjoyed it, subscribe on YouTube, because then that's the final destination.
Yep, everything will be shifted over to YouTube after this next show. All right. Catch you guys next time.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.